What's up, Brozones? Welcome to the Ozone and welcome to another Journal 3 video. Let's get straight into what we wanted to do last video but completely forgot about and just didn't do it. And that is, of course, this very exciting moment in Gravity Falls Weirdmageddon Part 3, or 4, I guess. And this part was amazing. This was the best scene. Well, no. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to go that far. But it was a really, really cool scene in Gravity Falls. And we know, or at least I remember, there's a part in here, and I'm going to mute for a second. There's a part in here where Bill, here we go, he glitches out into loads of different like versions of Bill Cipher, and I'm guessing they're like different different Bills from different dimensions or something. So I'm interested because if you listen closely here, I think he speaks backwards.
Infinite power, your own galaxy, please! No! What's happening to me?
Right here. Yeah, absolutely he's speaking backwards. So, the thing that we didn't do at the end of the show, and the thing that we would still want to go through a lot of Season 2 as like a lore hunt video, which I'm still thinking about doing. I might do it after we go through Journal 3 maybe, because then I'll have extra context to things. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a good idea. But I do want to reverse this because I'm really interested to hear what it has to say, and people have told me over and over again that I need to listen to this. So, I'm scared. What's it gonna be? I'm probably not gonna understand it on the first listen, but we will go through it and we'll try and get it. Okay, so let's listen. My time has come to burn. Wait. My time has come to burn. I invoke the ancient power that I may return. Whoa! He may return? I invoke the ancient power that I may return. It kind of sounds like he is... It's kind of sounding like he's talking to the gods. Like he isn't a god. But like, is there a god above Bill? Also, did he... What is that? Oh, that's the thing. That's really cool. That's the IRL Bill Cipher inside of Bill Cipher. That's quite cool. So interesting. And I by the way, I did hear he does spell something out. What I'm going to do, because it's going to make it so much easier, is I'm going to speed this down to 50% and listen to it again. Bam. That's not going to help. No. If I maintain the audio pitch, then we should be able to hear it. AXOLTL. 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 Axolotl. Is that how you spell axolotl? I need to get a pen and paper. No, that's how you spell axolotl, isn't it? I'm just going to do it here, for goodness sake. AXOLTL. Axolotl. That doesn't look right to me anymore. I sometimes get this thing where I read words and think about words a lot, and then it gets to the point where it doesn't feel like it's a word anymore, but that is how you spell axolotl. There was an axolotl in Gravity Falls. There was. They had a pet axolotl at some point. Let me look it up. Oh, I think I missed an O, didn't I? Did I miss an O? Oh, I didn't even. But yeah, I think it's saying axolotl because it's at least coming up when I Google search. Let's image search. What? Was there an axolotl scene that I completely missed in the show? What the hell was that? Okay, I think that was spoilers for maybe other book content. That was freaking weird. Okay, axolotl. So, but there was an axolotl in one of the episodes. Oh my gosh, when was it? Ah, frick. I might have to try to dodge the spoilers to find this, because I know there definitely was an axolotl in the Mystery Shack. It had like its own tank and stuff. Okay, let me see. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, and I wish I didn't research this because I kind of spoiled it for myself, but I'm getting the sense that axolotls are a bigger theme than I thought in Gravity Falls from this. Like, from what Bill said, obviously, axolotl has a huge... Like, this is Bill's last words. He could have said something so much more meaningful. He could have, like... No, that's not what I mean. I mean, it's his last words, so obviously he's going to say something meaningful. And the fact that he says AXOLTOL, like, freaking hell, axolotl... So, apparently there's an axolotl in the very first episode, which is quite cool. I don't know if did we pick that out in our lore hunt video? But axolotl, so maybe it is like a god. I mean, it feels kind of weird to say, right? God, oh my gosh, look at this. r/Gravity Falls, 1.3 million ex-wives, 23 still miss me. So sorry, yeah. Axolotl in the first episode. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I mean, we can check that ourselves. We can even check maybe if an axolotl appears in every episode. I imagine it doesn't, but that's a really crazy thing to pick out, and this is a really cool post for that exact reason. AXOLOTL. My time has come to burn. I invoke the ancient power that I may return. Yeah, it sounds like he is speaking to a god, that he is about to die, and so he is almost... Maybe an axolotl, the axolotl is more like a heretic. I'm thinking like Cult of the Lamb here. This is very Cult of the Lamb-ish, where it's like the... Oh my gosh, I haven't played that game in so long, but you play as a lamb, and there's these heretics, and they give you... One of them has been like abandoned and isolated, and he gives you life in exchange for trying to kill the other heretics or something. I don't know, but like they have that power to kind of give you back your... It's like well, it's cultish, absolutely. So it almost sounds like an axolotl cult, maybe, or an axolotl god. I don't know what's going on with axolotls at the moment, but that is a crazy revelation. Whatever that picture was of the big floating axolotl, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to get that out of my mind now. That's unfortunate. But wherever that's from, I want to read that. I mean, maybe it's from Book of Bill, but it could be from one of the other books that I haven't read. Absolutely, it could be. I mean, it could be from a short, maybe, that I haven't seen. I guess you can let me know in the comments where that's from, and if I should go through that. But that's a really, really crazy revelation, and yeah, that's really cool. So we are going to be going through not Book of Bill, Journal 3 today, even more. But that was something that I wanted to do for the funsies, and for that revelation, because that sounds like a big thing that I need to know, and it almost makes Bill feel a little more like powerless, a bit more inferior, because it means there's something above him that he is praying to almost. So is Bill almost like an avatar for the Axolotl, and the Axolotl is the true Bill cipher? I don't think so, but like there could be something going on there. Now, before I keep going through with this, I just want to mention that I have been getting some quite mean comments, and I know a lot of you don't intend to be mean. I know you're trying to like tell me the truth about a lot of the topics that I talk about in these videos, but they come off mean in the sense that like people have called me uneducated and not smart, and people have said that I'm so stupid for not knowing certain things about the world. And I mean, absolutely, I'm not going to know everything about the world. Absolutely, I'm naive. I'm very naive. I know this. But it's because I've missed like learning opportunities in the past. I haven't been able to tap into these certain topics like you may have. And I also know that a lot of you have read Journal 3, and it was years ago when you read Journal 3, so you already know all of this stuff. But I don't, okay? So I'm going through this at my own pace. I'm going through this with the knowledge that I know in my own head. And then when all of this is gone through for like my first reaction and stuff, we will do the proper research and stuff to go through this. Don't call me uneducated. That's such a lazy and awful insult. Like it genuinely hurts when I hear that. I got that when talking about like astrology and stuff like that, because basically what happened, and I will get to Journal 3 in a second, but I was talking about constellations and the fact that they were like astrological symbols, but people in the comments were telling me that it's astronomy, which obviously is a real science. I knew that. But the astrological, what I meant in the video, what I meant to say is that the astrological element to the constellations, as in calling this a Taurus and saying like this represents a person who is very confident or whatever with their like zodiac signs and their horoscopes and stuff, that's all made up. That's all made up. But the fact that the stars are in the sky and the constellations and we've made rockets to go to the moon, that is not fake. Absolutely not. That is not what I'm saying. And I'm definitely not uneducated for saying that sort of stuff. Sometimes maybe my words slip, okay? Anyway, enough about that. Let's get to the fun parts of the video. I guess the first part was quite fun, but like the actual crux of the video, and this might be a longer video because I'm feeling like recording for a longer period of time. So let's get into this. This creep is named Gideon Gleeful. I completely butchered that, but yeah. And he runs a rival tourist trap called the Tent of Telepathy. He's a fake, just like my grunkle, but he's way more dangerous. Because people actually find him charming, including my sister Mabel. It's the classic story. Boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy tries to murder girl's brother. Obviously, we defeated him. So yes, reminder, if you don't remember from last time, we are going through Dipper's part of this book now, and it literally starts from when they get to Gravity Falls. You know, he picks up the book, he talks a little bit about himself and his birthmark, and then we get to the actual events of Gravity Falls, which is Norman, Normal Man, and the Gnomes, and then the Gobblewonker episode in episode 2, and then episode 3 is all about the Wax Museum, and we saw Blendin here, and then episode 4 is the Mabel, the hand that rocks the Mabel, and that was the first episode where we met Gideon Gleeful, and so we are now going through Gideon Gleeful. So this creep, the hair, why is it so high, why is it so white? The kid is like 10 years old. Does he dye it that color? There's no soul behind these eyes, just unending evil. This little pig nose is hilarious. I love how they call it a pig nose. Thank goodness, because I remember calling him a pig, and I think people told me I was wrong. It was just like a little boy, but I still feel like in my mind he is a pig. This amulet was no joke. Where did he get it? It gives the wearer telekinesis and a general folksy vibe. Luckily, Mabel smashed it. I was just about to say, why didn't this come back? But I must have forgotten that Mabel smashed it. Yeah, this was an interesting episode for sure. And this was, of course, the big reveal that we have a journal 2, and Dipper might even write that down here. Oh no, because they don't know. They didn't know. Yeah, only we knew as the audience. It was dramatic irony. He smells like a combination of baby powder, aftershave, and marshmallows. I have to admit, this suit is pretty sharp. It's not bad. He swore eternal revenge on us or something like that. But seriously, how scared should we be of the world's palest 10-year-old forgetting his name? Now. That's cool. Okay, so there's Gideon's page. Wendy Corduroy. There you go. I said that name right, I think. Of course, Lumberjack Nature. Here's a name I won't forget anytime soon. Mabel and I both agree she's the coolest person in town. She lets me ride Stan's golf cart and sneaks us ice cream sandwiches without paying for them. She's also really confident. Even Stan seems scared of her. Soos says she's the lumberjack's daughter and supposedly can climb and or chop anything, but mostly I just see her looking for ways to get out of work. She has also tried giving Mabel advice about not getting so many dumb crushes, which I really appreciate. Crushes are a waste of time. That's why I never have them. Nope, never. Not once. One time while Stan was giving us our daily chores, her elbow touched mine. Oh no, she's looking at me. I'm pretending to write something down. Oh, I swear we had a similar joke like that in Dipper and Mabel's, in the other book that I can never remember the name of because it's quite long. But that's a funny joke. So this is tapping into the 5th episode, The Inconveniencing, I think. Yeah, here we go. June 14th. Just got back from an incredible adventure in a haunted convenience store. I fought those 2 ghosts and beat them single-handedly. I had to dress up. Never mind. The Lammy dance. Not really anything noteworthy about how they were defeated, but Wendy and her teen friends were all really impressed. Nothing really to write about Wendy either. I mean, what would I write? Right? Right. Okay, I'm done writing. Well, I'm not. Dipper's gone to bed, but I need to write down what happened tonight, and I forgot the combo to my diary lock again. I can't stop thinking about Ayoshima. I think one of the producers on the team, or a writer or something. I love this. This is a great drawing. And the cat as well. You can always tell. I love how you can always tell the distinction between Dipper and Mabel. It's always very clear. Something that I was thinking while I was reading this, but I didn't say out loud because I was reading, is they point out that he's a fake, just like my grunkle, and something that I never put together, and I don't know why I never put this together, but Stan and Gideon are very much one and the same in the sense that they are tourist trappers. You know, Stan has the mystery shack, but he's a fake, and he fakes all of his like mystery, I guess, in the mystery shack. And then Gideon, of course, has the tourist attraction of the telepathy tent, and he's a fake in the sense that he can't do that. But then, weirdly, you know, there is a mystery in the mystery shack, and there is telekinesis in Gideon's thing, and they both have a journal. You know, don't forget that. They are very similar in weird ways, but yeah. Oh my gosh, the land of Smile Dip. Do you remember when we reversed the audio in this episode, and it didn't say like "Don't trust Grunkle Stan" or something? But I no longer think that was intentional. I think it was just you know, selective hearing. Not selective hearing, but some other psychological thing that I can't remember the name of right now. Beware these dogs. Smile Dip, Das Flavor Pups, Nyums. These are not good dogs. Oh, sure, it looks lovely, but these devil dogs speak in backwards nightmare language that will haunt you forever. What? Oh, never mind. I take back everything I just said. I got here by eating 11 packets of an expired banned European sugar candy called Smile Dip. This may be the first time I've ever had a bad idea, and I'm sure it will be my last. Oh, Mabel. Okay. Whoa, what is this? Oh, clone schedule. Okay, so this is from Double Dipper, which is episode 6? No, episode 6 was Dipper versus Manliness, right? Let me have a look. Where is it? I do have every video here. And I have other things. Such as this FNAF charity stream screenshot that I don't know why it's in the Gravity Falls folder. So the 6th episode, the 6th episode was Dipper versus Manliness. I am remembering correctly there. And then it's Double Dipper. So we've just skipped Dipper versus Manliness for now. Weird. Weird that it does that. Okay, greetings. This is Tracy, aka Dipper number 3. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you remember, and actually I might even pull it up right here. So in Double Dipper, Dipper number 3 and Dipper number 4, where are they? When do we see them last? I don't remember. Oh my gosh, I can't remember where we saw them last, but I seem to remember that they run off into the forest. Am I misremembering? I might be misremembering. But there was that whole joke that they were still around, and we picked up on that. And then in the very last episode, we saw them again. Oh my gosh, I might have to look this up. Where were 3 and 4? Okay, let me look it up. Oh, okay, I looked it up and they steal Robbie's bike. I seem to remember now, because Dipper wanted to get back at Robbie, of course, because he had the dream where he was dancing with Wendy. But 3 and 4 take the bike and leave. Oh my gosh, where does it happen? Have I missed it again? Have I just up and missed it? 3 and 4. Oh my gosh, I am so stupid. What? What? What am I missing? Where in here? We see his bike there. We see 3 there. Man, was it here? Here it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here it is. Bloody hell. That took so freaking long. So, Robbie goes out to the window. He sees 3 and 4 riding off through the forest. That's the last time we see them. And obviously, I imagine fans would have been like, okay, Alex Hirsch, what happened to 3 and 4? Did they die out in the forest? Are we ever going to see them again? And so I think he probably put that cameo in there at the end of, let me see. He probably put the cameo here, right at the end of here. Where was it? He put it here. Here. We still need to go through this all again, I know, but here we go. He put this cameo in here, 3 and 4. There's a Wendy photograph. Just to be like, here's just so that we finish off everything, we wrap up the entire story. Here's 3 and 4 for you. And of course, he also writes this part in this journal. So Dipper 3 and Dipper 4. So greetings, this is Tracy, aka Dipper number 3, officially taking over authorship of the journal. Dipper number 4, aka Quattro, and I were given the task of distracting Robbie by stealing his bike. There we go, okay. After leaving it in the woods, we returned to the party, just in time to witness Dipper Classic betray our cloned brethren. We watched in horror as he melted them with a sprinkler. Why would he do such a thing? I would never do such a thing. So how could he? He is me, or he is we. Anyway, you get the point. Quattro and I are hiding in the bedroom closet, waiting for DC's return. When the party ends and Dipper Classic falls asleep, we will put Plan C into action. We will take over his life and start dating Wendy. He will live in the closet. I've got it all worked out. It's what he would do if he was us, which he is. I love that. Clone schedule. What is going on? So on Sunday, Quattro doesn't shower because no liquids. Okay, I see. And then eat, no liquids. So showers, eats, all day date with Wendy, debrief. Monday, Tracy, work, eat work, date with Wendy. It's just all dates with Wendy. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Just reviewed the plan with Quattro, and he isn't happy with how I split up the days. He thinks it's unfair that I get Saturday and he gets Sunday. And on Friday they alternate. Oh, that's funny. I explained to him that it all balances out fairness-wise because I'm the one who took the time to make up this chart and figure all this out. I mean, what has he done? Sit in the corner colouring and eating cheese crackers. That's what. Boy, I really get on my nerves sometimes. Hey, is someone coming? Why did I write that? Oh no! Original Dipper here. I came back from the party and heard myself arguing with myself in the closet. I opened the door to find 3 and 4 inside. I was so happy to see those guys. I'd forgotten all about them. They took one look at the pit cola in my hand, however, and freaked out, said, "You'll never get us," and ran out of the room and ran into the woods before I had a chance to explain. Kinda worried about those dudes. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. On the bright side, guess who just danced with Wendy? That's so funny. It's interesting that they almost retconned it where like they rid their bike into, or rid Robbie's bike into the forest, but then they kind of retconned it where they came back, had a little bit to do with the Journal 3, made this funny schedule and stuff, and then Dipper scared them out into the forest again. So it's like, none of that stuff could have happened, but the fact that Journal 3 is here means we get that extra context and that extra funny story, and I love that they add all these things to this book. I think it's a really great addition. So the next episode, again, we're going to need to keep referring to my folder to refer to this, but Irrational Treasure. So episode 8 is Irrational Treasure. I'm interested to get to the Time Traveler's Pig. I want to see what would be there. June 18th. Okay, so remember that uncrackable historical document that the author puzzled over? Well, Mabel's silliness accidentally solved it, and it led us to discover that the town was actually founded by Quentin Trembley, the 8th President of the United States. A man so silly that they tried to erase him from history. Observations. Number 1, haircut by his 3rd wife, Sandy. She was a woodpecker. That explains a lot. Number 2, described his measurements as being 14 stacking turtles in height and 40 Blevin Twemble quarts in diameter. No idea what that means. Number 3, shouts the word America every 3 minutes on the minute, regardless of context. Number 4, never wears pants because that's what the redcoats will be expecting. I bet Grunkle Stan would have voted for this guy. How do we know he was the president? Dude told us himself. He kept himself alive for 150 years by encasing his body in peanut brittle, which apparently works, although it doesn't make you smell too awesome, believe me. As strange as Quentin is, he was a really nice guy, and was really grateful that we helped him escape, and helped him, and didn't judge him for his radical theories about Irishmen. To show his gratitude, he made Mabel a congressman, it's already gone to her head, and gave me this, the president's key. It can open any lock in America made before 1877. It's made from a melted piece of the Liberty Bell. Quentin used it to constantly barge in on Andrew Jackson while he was dressing. Andrew Jackson hated this. He tried to shoot Quentin Trembley on 14 different occasions. Can supposedly unlock an eagle. I don't know. What a strange addition. They were like, we need more points. Okay, he can unlock an eagle. There's so many things I can do with this, thinking of ransacking the Gravity Falls History Museum later. Keep away from Grunkle Stan. Yeah, funny. I remember in that one episode with Dipper and Ford, when they went to the 2nd floor in the Mystery Shack, I remember there was a line in there that was like, I've never used the president's key or something. I want to keep referring back to these episodes because a lot of the time I'm really bad at explaining what I mean. But which episode was it? It wasn't, it was the last Mabel corn. So this was such a big episode, but I found it so forgetful, unfortunately. Which, you know, that is really unfortunate because it has a really cool plotline. And I remember reacting to this episode and my mind went crazy. Where is it? It's one of these. If ever, does Ford like me? Does Ford like me? Who stole the capers? I can't quite see it. It's nowhere. Oh, it could be here. oh yeah, I should really try out the President's Key. Should really try out the President's Key. It's in the middle. I was pointing to my screen. It's in the middle. It should really try out the President's Key sometime. I should really try out the President's Key sometime. Is my fly down? Yeah, that was a cool addition to that. So that's the last time we hear about that. Nothing really came of this. I wonder if there will be more context in this book. Maybe he did find a door that we weren't told about in the series. Blubbs and Durland told us to keep the details of our adventure with Quentin Trembley to ourselves, but we had to tell somebody, and Soos seemed like a safe bet. Boy, were we wrong. This morning, Mabel and I came downstairs and found Soos sleeping in a giant tub of peanut brittle in the middle of the living room. He was trying to preserve himself so he could check out the distant future dudes. He had a straw sticking out of the peanut brittle so he could breathe, and illustrations of how he thought future technology would look. Mabel saw a great opportunity for a prank. First, we ransacked the gift shop for some cardboard boxes and then used up all of Grunklestan's tinfoil. Bam! Perfect future costumes. Next, we taped some goat hair together for a Rip Van Winkle beard to put on Soos. Then we started Stan's fog machine, turned the lights out, and threw a couple of flashing yo-yos behind the couch and hit the alarm clock. Soos awoke with a start, and Mabel chanted, "Beep bop, welcome to the future, past man. It is the year 70 billion. Tell us your ways of the past." While I told him he had awoken from mega sleep. The cyborg people of the Earth were losing Plasma War V, or Plasma War 5, to the Venusian/Amphibian Alliance. I called him the one calculated to save us, and asked him to help us win the Great War against Admiral Laserface. Soos bought it hard. He was ready to join the battle till he stepped into the hallway and saw his reflection in the mirror. He knew right away that the beard was glued on. Apparently, Soos is unable to grow facial hair. The few hairs he normally has on his chin are glued on by him. We spent the rest of the afternoon watching Return Backwards to the Past Again 3 and eating peanut brittle. It's too bad time travel isn't actually real. Ha ha ha! That's a really, really funny segue into this. Whoa. Okay, we need to read this in a second. But I find it really, and the dramatic irony again, and I love how it's flowing. And even in the series, you got a sense of progression in the timeline. Like, it wasn't just disconnected episodes. It was chronological. For the most part, with the exception of, oh my gosh, what was that episode called? Roadside Attraction. We'll talk about that when we get there, I'm sure. But it was all pretty chronological, and you could see, like, there was one episode, and I saw this online somewhere. I forget where I saw it, but there was one episode where they got like a big tooth from maybe it was like a dinosaur. They got like a dinosaur's tooth, and then in one of the next episodes you actually saw that hung up in the background. And like, there are so many details like that where like it doesn't really help with the plot at all, and it's only in the background as like decoration, but it gives you more of that timeline. And there were episodes where like, remember that time when Robbie did this and that and stuff? Like, they refer to previous episodes. And I find it really, really cool and amazing that they were able to do that. I believe it's because they actually produced all of the episodes kind of all at once, which is insane to me, because if I was doing it, I would have to do episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. I would just have to have that structure. But they kind of produced all of it all at once. And so they were able to do all of these crossover elements. And I think that was a really, really cool way to do it. So, yeah, loads of time travel elements. I love that they have the yo-yo, which is almost a tape measure. Almost a tape measure. At first, I was like, whoa, they actually have a tape measure here when they were talking about the future. What is this? Oh, that's the few hairs he normally has on his chin are glued on by him. I think that was the beard. Okay. Which is also kind of funny because Soos is unable to grow facial hair. And Blendin, I also remember he was like patting out fire because his hair was catching on fire because he's so bad at time travel. So he also doesn't have facial hair for the reason because he is a time traveler, he doesn't have facial hair. So there's like a lot of connections there to like the actual time travel in this series. Update, time travel actually is real. Remember the bald ghost I kept seeing? It turns out he was the world's worst time traveler. There you go. His name was Blendin, and he was weird as he looks. He came from the year 2012 to fix time anomalies, but I think he ended up causing them instead with his time tape. I wish I held onto this gadget. I wonder if I can make my own. Good luck with that. The other thing, 2077, and they were talking here about... Oh, where was it? Where was it? They said some fake date. Here we go. It is the year 70 billion. So yeah, it's again another connection. Like this is not a real number. Neither is 70 billion. 2012 is not a real year. That's so funny. Blendin revealed. His head catches on fire. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm literally reading ahead. I'm time traveling. His head catches on fire every time he time travels and burns off all his hair. That's what I was talking about. His time goggles allow him to see the future, the past, but not really tiny print. Dude needs to switch prescriptions. His chronoflage, like camouflage. His chronoflage suit constantly glitches even though it's supposed to make him blend into any surroundings. Hey, blend in. I finally got that. Not a good look, honey. Yikes. Mabel here. Dipper's over in the corner with Soos's tape measure, the kitchen timer, and some jumper cables. So while he is distracted, I thought I'd write about something way more important than a time travel adventure. It's going to be about the pig, isn't it? Frickin' Waddles. Yeah, so his chronoflage suit is constantly glitching. That's why we kept seeing future scenery in his suit, which was a really cool addition to the show. I loved going in every time and seeing like and pondering like what are these future episodes going to be. Didn't one time we saw like the yacht, didn't we? Or like the Stano War, I think we saw in his thingy, and that was before we even knew Stan had a brother, so that was kind of crazy. This little superhero came in and saved my life today. I never knew I was missing something till Waddles showed up and showed me I was missing a Waddles, specifically him. Waddles, the pig. He's a best friend, best pet, and best magically transformed prince rolled up into one. Waddles the super pig. Super sensitive ears can hear someone eating from 2 rooms away. Cold black eyes can see into your soul and judge whether you are worthy of his love. Super chunky cheeks can withstand even the most extreme pinching from any aunt or granny. His tummy is super cute and super ticklish. Kind of is actually Achilles' heel. Or would it be Achilles' hoof? Time doesn't matter. I will love him forever. Is Waddles a him or a her? I haven't decided on its gender yet. Oh, he's helping. Oh, that is such a Mabel sentence. Oh, he's helping. That was not a good Mabel impression. That's really cute. That is actually really cute. Okay. Rumble McSkirmish. Okay, so is this... Yes, this is the next episode, Fight Fighters. Okay. So we are halfway through season 1. And we've still got a lot of the book to go, to be fair. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. It's a 2D cutout. Rumble McSkirmish, a superpower, ninja, turbo, neo, ultra, hyper, mega, multi, alpha, mega, extra, uber, prefix, nightmare. I'm a rapper, if you can't tell. Okay, so long story, but I kind of conjured my favorite arcade game character into the real world to try to be my bodyguard. But instead of guarding my body, he punched it to a pulp. Turns out the only way to beat him is to let him beat you. Then the game resets. I may need to reset my spine after today. Says his name is short for Rumble Fracas Melee Fisticuffs Slap Fight McSkirmish. Claims his true name can only be spoken by the greatest of warriors, or anyone who inserts 4 quarters now. Side view, so thin even after eating all those tacos and power-ups. Never use this combo. Left left PP, right left down, KK up, P times 3, K. And of course that is not the thing. Konami? Is it Konami code? I don't know. His bandana is red because it's soaked in the blood of his enemies, or maybe it's soaked in tomato juice. That would be less cool. His hair is always blowing in the wind, even when there is no wind. Eye patch flips sides every time he turns around. I may need to write the game company to complain about this dumb animation error. That's interesting. Yeah, obviously because you just flip the sprite, the asset, and back in those days when you had 8-bit games and stuff, you would have limited assets. Like back in the Mario days, obviously the bushes are the same as the clouds. They just have different coloring because they had limited storage space to have all of the assets. It's really, really cool how they did it back in the day. I kind of wish it was still that simple, but nowadays you have like 3D, 4D games that like really overcomplicate everything. I love minimalistic stuff. He also had this red belt. Is it also soaked in blood? This blood wardrobe thing is pretty creepy now that I think about it. Always bare-chested. When I tried to give him a shirt to wear, he destroyed it with a fireball. The jagged edge on his body is real, not just a bad drawing by me. He's made out of pixels, and they are sharp. Okay. Oh, wow. This is a cool drawing. Oh, I love this. The Summerween Trickster. The scariest / goofiest monster we've encountered so far, and that kid isn't just there for scale. We saw the trickster swallow him whole. I ticked him off for not having enough enthusiasm about a made-up local holiday called Summerween, and he almost destroyed us. Tall, stretchy body is the stuff nightmares and taffy are made of. Really easily offended. If I was 13-foot tall, a 13-foot tall immortal monster, I think I'd be less touchy. Raspy voice, which Granda said was super hot. Worried about her. 4. Can morph its body just like Mr. Faceless from the anime movie The Cranky Girl Who Did Chores in Spirit Town. Mabel has watched that 82 times. I don't know if that's a reference to something. I don't watch anime. Let me know in the comments. Rips his clothes every time he transforms, which explains all the stitches. This was, as I've said before, the most underutilized character in the series. This design is terrifying. By the end of this episode, he turned into this weird, goofy candy monster that was far less scary, and the design of it wasn't cool, and it made no sense. It just made no sense why he turned into that. So unfortunately, this episode isn't as good in my ratings. I did do a tier list video, which a lot of people saw as controversial, but it was my opinion, and that's my opinion. But after chasing us around town all night, he revealed his true nature to us. The guy's made of loser candy, something like 30 years of loser candy, and all he ever wanted was for someone to eat him. The scariest thing I saw on Summerween Eve was Soos actually eating the Summerween Trickster. Second scariest was Stan trying to get into a girdle for his vampire costume. Yeah, so this is what I mean. Like this, I mean, there are good parts about it, but compared to this, like I would have preferred the entire episode for him to be like this. That would have been, wow. Okay, so what episode are we on now? So Summerween was episode 12. We missed out Little Dipper. Interesting. So Boss Mabel is here. I don't even remember what happens in Boss Mabel, apart from Stan goes on a game show and Mabel... Oh, yes, this is what happens in Boss Mabel. They find the Gremloblin, they trap him, and Mabel... I can't remember what Mabel did, really, in that episode. But I remember it being a really good episode, but I just completely forgot it existed. July 6th. What a day. Stan made a bet with Mabel and she's been left in charge of the Mystery Shack. Ridiculous, but true. She asked me to find a legit attraction for Grunkle Stan's tour, and I did it. I went to a spooky looking part of the forest and built one of those tiger traps. It wasn't long before I caught something. Only one small hiccup. I didn't dig the hole deep enough. I thought I'd catch a gnome or troll. The biggest I'd planned for was about werewolf size. I'd never have guessed I'd catch the very beast that almost defeated the author, the Gremloblin. Yeah, that's quite interesting, isn't it? That it was the Gremloblin that we saw, especially when the Gremloblin was kind of what started the Society of the Blind Eye in a way. It was the origin of Fiddleford's descent into madness. That's really interesting. I slowly lowered my sack over its enormous head, and the monster immediately fell asleep. I am way too dirty-minded. I've seen Stan use this trick on Soos too. Put a blanket over Soos's eyes and he instantly falls asleep like a parakeet. True story. I tied one end of a rope around the sack and the other to the back of the golf cart. I dragged it out of the hole and back to the shack. Yes, finally, Dipper Pines, Monster Hunter Supreme. If only Stan was here to see that I actually caught something other than a cold for once. I wonder if the author would be impressed. Aw, that's so cute. Especially knowing what happens. Oh my gosh. Body swap. Okay, so this is Carpet DM. Right? We missed out Bottomless Pit. We missed out the Deep End. What on earth is the Deep End? Oh, it's Mermando. Okay. I completely forgot that was called the Deep End. Okay, I need to rewatch the series. I really do. Oh, that is the wrong thing. That is also the wrong thing. Where am I going? Okay. Body swap. Hello, big important journal that Dipper writes in instead of having social interactions. This is your new Lord and Master, Mabel. Well, actually, it's Mabel inside Dipper's body. See, there's this whole body switching thing going on right now, but I won't bore you with all the sciencey details. Let's just say that thanks to magic, science, gravity falls. Dip's body is temporarily under new management. Dipper has never used a comb in his life. I tried to comb his hair and the comb got stuck. Permanently? Mr. Handsome. I love Wendy. Mabel inside. This outfit smells. If I don't get back to my own body soon, I'm going to burn it. Moist hands. Always moist. Seriously, I cannot keep them dry. Ugh. Made a point to never look below the chest. This is all like the puberty thing. Remember in that episode... Oh wait, Mermando is here. Remember in that episode there, Mabel as Dipper had the talk with Uncle Stan about boy stuff, and then at the end of that episode, yeah, you know what? I put this episode quite low down in the ranking, but thinking back at it and thinking about the jokes that were in it, it is actually a really funny episode. I think there was just a lot going on in it. Like, you had all of the policemen and Waddles and Soos switched bodies, and you had McGucket there, and you also had Grenda and Candy. Like, there was so many characters being body swapped, but I guess the chaotic nature of it made it funny. I just kind of didn't see that at the time because I was just so overwhelmed. But yeah, right at the end of that episode, I think Dipper had the conversation with Mabel where he was like, I'm sorry, I never wanted to leave the bedroom. Like, I like being in the same bedroom as you. I just feel a little bit awkward. And then I think Mabel says, yeah, I'm guessing you're feeling awkward and sweaty, aren't you? Because she learnt about the teenager stuff, the puberty stuff, which is that was actually really funny looking back. Body of an awkward preteen boy. On the bright side, I have a lot of newfound aimless aggression. May want to punch some things while dancing. Testosterone. While I'm in control, I'm going to write about something that's actually interesting. My long-distance fish boyfriend, Mermando. That swarthy little mustache. Hubba hubba. Half fish and half shirtless guy. The perfect combination. Says he has a blowhole somewhere, but the less I know about that, for the better. Wow, the adult jokes. Oh my gosh. That has to be in the thumbnail. That is just so amazing. Supposedly has like 13 hearts, and all of them were breaking when he missed his family. My first kiss, and Dipper's too. Haha. Smooch. Dipper the Monster Hunter. Haha. I guess I'm not really being fair to my brother. He did save Mermando's life with that kiss. Dipper has done a lot of heroic stuff this summer and saved us all a few times. As brothers go, he's pretty much the best one I could ask for. But giving him this awesome new room over my dead body, or over his dead body, or over my dead body and his dead brain, never mind. Whoa! Oh my gosh. We're getting some really cool stuff here. Really cool drawings. Okay. So this was one of the places that we first saw in Blendin's costume, actually. In his chroma flage. There you go. What episode is this? Is this 19? No. It's 18. So we're skipping Boys Crazy. Okay, good, because I think that is probably one of the worst episodes. No hate. While hunting for Mabel's pig, we found something real crazy, but true. I saw this all with my own eyes. Dinosaur Cavern. Real-life dinosaurs preserved for millions of years in tree sap. They may escape if the temperature rises. I imagine at the end of this book, actually, we're going to see Ford has come back, and maybe he will make some additions to the end of the book. And I imagine... No, I don't imagine. I know that Ford has read all of these pages that Dipper has put down. And I remember him saying, like, I love all the additions that he's put in this book. And so it's going to be wild for Ford to come back to this book and for him to almost react to all of these things. Like, imagine him coming back and seeing Dinosaur Cavern that he just completely missed in his adventures. There's this whole cavern of freaking dinosaurs that have been here for millions of years in tree sap, and Dipper, his nephew, found them. It's really cool. Real life dinosaurs preserved millions of years in tree sap. They may escape if the temperature rises. Stegosaurus. Mabel tried to take a selfie with this one, but it got stuck in sap. Minor bones. I guess we know why this mine was abandoned years ago. Dino print. T-Rex. Just as cool as I imagined. May want to sick this guy on Pacifica if she gives us trouble again. Pff, bloody hell. Harsh. Never seen this one in the history books. Whoever sees a dinosaur first gets to name it. Unfortunately, Soos saw it first, so Rad Dog Ceratops is a real thing, I guess. July 11th. I guess I should have seen this coming. Grunkle Stan stole a dinosaur egg from the cavern. He's hoping to hatch it and make it into an attraction. I want to be mad at his messing with nature and all, but I'm actually kind of into it. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a pet baby dinosaur? But the heating lamps he's using to hatch the egg are taking forever. Tonight, Mabel and I are going to slip the egg under Stan while he sleeps. He's got this whole creepy old man humidity thing going. July 12th. The egg hatched. We have a baby dino. I think it's a Compsognathus. Compsognathus. I don't get the joke, if that's a joke. They grow no bigger than a chicken, and they're supposed to be pretty smart as far as dinosaurs go. One thing's for sure. Compy sure loves his mama Stan. Little guy's been following Stan around everywhere he goes. Waddles is taken to hiding in Mabel's bed, which Mabel actually loves because she can make constant pig in a blanket jokes. Pigs and blankets are sausages wrapped in bacon. Yeah, I could have sworn that was a British thing, but maybe it's not. July 14th. Turns out he's a bit too much like his mama Stan. He picks the pockets of all the tourists with his little beak and then scares them away with a squawk that I swear sounds like no refunds. All this would be fine with Stan if the little thief would share his ill-gotten gains, but he's gathered all his loot into a pile and sits on top of it like a dragon with a hoard of gold, hissing at anyone who comes near. Okay. July 15th. It took a lot of effort, but we were finally able to catch Compy. Stan tried to lure him into the cage with his gold watch, but it was like the dino could almost smell the fake gold plating. Stan had to sweeten the pot with a couple of credit cards and a $20 bill before Compy would bite. We've given him to Farmer Sprott. He's very comfortable handling unusual livestock. Hope he keeps his valuables in a strong safe. Okay. That was a weird plotline. I don't remember any of this in the show, but maybe I'm misremembering or just forgetting about it. This stuff is going to be cool. I've been waiting for this one to come up. So this is going to be Dreamscapers. We're back from perhaps the craziest, scariest adventure yet. A trip inside Grunkle Stan's mind. Now that I think about it, it is crazy. It is a crazy coincidence, I guess, that they went into Gremloblin's mind in Dreamscapers and they didn't see Ford. Wouldn't that, I mean, that they could have just ended the series there, right? Like, they could have gone into Gremloblin's mind, they could have seen that Ford exists, they could have, well, I don't know, but like the series could have ended there. And that's insane. I say that a lot. I say that's insane a lot, but it's really interesting how they chose not to go that direction. Although, actually thinking back, they did kind of, they referenced Ford a little bit, because when we went into Stan's mind, we saw, and this was something I went crazy over when we first saw it, and I picked up on it, and I wanted to cry because it was so good. Here, this shot was so good. This is peak foreshadowing. Peak, oh my gosh, we know something. Let's go back to the start of the show and see if there were things that we missed. Oh my god, we missed this. Like, this was just something that existed because it existed at the time. Like, everything here has meaning. When you're watching this for the first time, you see this, but you don't think anything of it because it's just like another scene that's there. But why would they have a shot here just for a swing set and this duck ride thingy? It's because it's a reference to Tale of Two Stands. And it's amazing. It's amazingly well done. So in a way, Ford kind of does live in Stan's mind, but not in the sense, maybe Bill doesn't want them to know about Ford. No, but that can't be true because... No. I don't know. It's maybe it's just because it's a show and they want to drag it out a little bit more. But like it's really interesting that they didn't come across anything Ford like here. It would and yeah, again, it would definitely be worth rewatching all of this just to see if there's anything else like that swing set that I just completely missed. Now that we know more context. And I think that maybe even like if we were to do the season 2 lore hunt with the extra context of Journal 3 and finishing season 2 and stuff, maybe we could go through the entire show again, see if there was anything that we missed. And I'm sure there's going to be loads of things, like loads of foreshadowing that we just completely skipped over. And that swing set is one of the greatest things in Gravity Falls, I think. Like, it completely blew my mind. Completely blew it. Anyway, we finally encountered Bill's cipher, the strange triangular brain demon mentioned in the journal, although many passages that seem to reference him are incomplete or ripped out. He was trying to steal a code in Stan's brain. By the way, sorry, many passages that seem to reference him are incomplete or ripped out. That explains a lot, right? Because it would mean, like, if they had the pages that we have here, they would have worked out a lot more, a lot quicker. But the fact that they didn't have a lot of this book in the show means that, you know, it took them a little longer to get to the conclusions that they got to. He was trying to steal a code in Stan's brain, and we had to rummage through hundreds of Stan's thoughts to stop him. Some of the stray memories I saw in there that I didn't mention to Mabel. Stan's bar mitzvah at the age of 12. His dad seemed pretty upset. He was wearing Groucho Marx glasses to the temple. Stan celebrating his birthday alone by watching Cash Wheel in a gross hotel and eating unlucky leprechaun cereal out of the box. Apparently his birthday is June 15th. Who knew? Hang on. We'll get there in a second, but Cash Wheel, that was from the Boss Mabel episode. Unlucky leprechaun, that is a spin on Lucky Charms, which I've had a few times. It is an American thing, I think. And I remember I have been to New York before, and I've been to Florida, and I remember having Lucky Charms there. And I remember having one of the greatest things about America that isn't here, or I haven't seen here at least, like around the UK and even Europe, really. I mean, it's probably in Europe, but one of the greatest things I remember about America, and I was very young when this was a thing and when I had this, But you know the little pretzels? Like, I don't know if that's enough context, but pretzels, like the cool shaped, I don't even know what they're made out of, but like they're kind of biscuity, not biscuity, but pretzels. You have like a bag of pretzels, but in America they made these huge pretzels, and I freaking love them. I wish I could show a photo, but I'm not going to. They had these huge pretzels, and you just bought the. Oh my god, they are amazing. I haven't had them in like 10, 15 years. Well, not 10 years, like over 15 years, I would say. I want one. I really want one. I want to just gnash on a pretzel. Grunkle Stan getting married. Oh, wait. June 15th is his birthday. So we will come back to here. But I want to see June 10th. June 10th was... What was this? Oh, that was the... Okay, that was the wax stuff. June 10th was Gideon stuff. June 14th was the inconveniencing. Okay. So between the inconveniencing and the Quentin Trembley episode was Stan's birthday, and they didn't know. Yeah, so... Oh, was it Stan's party? Was it Stan's... Wait. Okay, so we said between the inconveniencing and irrational treasure. So why were they at the cafe in Dipper versus Manliness? Was it his birthday? Did we know it's his birthday? I don't know. Probably not. But then my other thought is maybe the party in Double Dipper was because it was Grunkle Stan's birthday. But he didn't tell us that. I feel like that might be true. That's an interesting theory. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm being stupid, but that's my theory right now, is that... Oh, we just skipped too far ahead. My theory right now is that Grunkle Stan hosted the party in Double Dipper, but he didn't say a reason. He was just like, it's karaoke night or whatever. But it's because he wanted a birthday party, but he didn't want to say he wanted a birthday party. He just wanted a birthday party that made him feel like it was his birthday party and everybody was celebrating his birthday, but it was actually disguised as just a regular party. I think that's my thought, and that's a really sweet look into Stan's character again, and his nice family kind of side, and his selfish side. Grunkle Stan getting married. Apparently he wedded a waitress named Marilyn Rosenstein in Las Vegas for 48 hours, but it turned out she was just trying to steal his car. A true scam artist. Maybe she was the right one for him. Lots of memories of an empty swing set on the beach. What's all that about? Oh. Stan teaching a young Soos how to box. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we know that Stan, when he was younger, had like boxing classes or whatever. And he's doing the same with Soos when Soos came to him. With the Mystery Shack for the job. The most important memory was one where Stan revealed he actually cares about me. When I discovered that, it was the boost I needed to take down Bill for good. It turns out that in the Dreamscape, you can become anything you want. Me and Mabel decided we wanted to become awesome. We sent Bill packing to wherever he came from and finally managed to escape back to reality. Unfortunately, reality turned out to be much less fun than the dream world. While we were busy in Stan's brain, Gideon somehow got control of the shack. We have to crash with Soos and his grandma tonight. Too tired to write much more. Going into someone else's dreams doesn't mean you get to sleep. We'll come up with a plan to get back to the shack tomorrow. I'm sure Stan has some sneaky plot up his sleeve. I'm pretty tired too, but I can't sleep. After that crazy adventure and after almost being blown up by a top hat wearing geometric shape, my nerves are all blah! Plus, I'm worried about Gideon, and Abueletta's porcelain angels are looking at me super weird. I just wish I could fall asleep again, because I want to have another encounter with my dream boys. This is weird. Abueletta's porcelain angels are looking at me super weird. Again, let's refer back. I actually quite like doing this. I like referring back to the actual episodes to see. Oh, it's not even this episode. Oh, I love this. That gave me the chills when we first saw it, because we saw the thing destruct the mystery shack, and then we saw to be continued, and it was like such a weird and like abrupt ending. So porcelain angels, this one. It's really interesting that Mabel calls that out. Like, do the eyes ever move or something? Oh, there's a lot here that I just feel like we completely missed when we went through. Yeah, so there's just loads of weird, like, there's a clown here, there's what looks like a gnome with a goblin. Never noticed these shoes up here as well. Man, we really just need to go through the show again. It's weird it's funny how many times actually you can go through this show and just see even more details. But I guess that's also what these books are for, is to almost prime you to look at this stuff. But yeah, I guess the portion angels we just saw, this scene is really cool. This was... Hang on. This scene... So we know this is Ford now. Sorry, we will go back to this when we do the Season 2 lore hunt. Absolutely. We'll do what's called a Season 2 lore hunt, but we will actually look through every episode in both series. Yeah! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. No, I'm overthinking this. That's oil. No, it's ink. It's ink. Okay. Well, here's my thoughts. When I saw this, I was instantly thinking, this is Ford. Where is he writing this? Because there's a skull here. Like, what the hell? There's a candle here. Compass, ink, what do you call it? An ink... an ink blot? No, not blot. That's a picture. I forget what it's called. Bending in the ink machine? What I was thinking is, where is he? And I was thinking maybe he must be in the second floor in Thingy. But then I saw this background, and I think what I see here is a rainbow. My brightness is all the way up. I think I see this rainbow effect. And where is this rainbow effect coming from? It could be the prism from Carpet DM. Man, I have to open so many episodes. In Carpet DM, they come into this room. Let's just have a quick look. I don't want to spend too much time doing this sort of thing, but see here, I remember this being here, and it looks similar, right? I mean, it's not the exact same, but like the cabinets are quite similar. And then here we have a prism. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. You know what? Forget it. I think I'm wrong. Maybe it's just like a lighting effect or something. I just don't... It certainly looks like there's a rainbow coming across here. And maybe it's harder for you to see in the video because of YouTube compression and stuff like that. But for me, it's pretty clear that there's like a rainbow effect going on here. And that looks like Prism. So that's almost a really early clue that Carpet DM is connected in that way. Yeah. Also, people were always telling me. Okay, we need to do this. People were always telling me that I missed a huge clue in Carpet DM. And I don't know what it is. A huge clue to do with Grunkle Stan and Ford existing. Or a huge clue that Ford exists. I don't know if I can find it. Oh. Oh! Okay. I think I get what you mean. I think I get what you all mean. I don't know how I missed that when I was watching the show. So, he's wearing glasses and he's looking down at a pair of glasses. First of all, when I was watching the show, I think I probably looked at his hands here. Didn't see the glasses. Probably saw a gaming controller for some reason, or like a television remote. Or I just wasn't paying that much attention. But no, he's looking at... Oh, I get it. I get the big connection here. So this room opens. This is the room we were just talking about. Him writing the journals in this room. It was like a secret room that Ford had. And then Stan, when they found this secret room, Stan found Ford's glasses and is now looking at them, missing his brother. Oh, wow, this is really effective. This is a really cool secret as well. Again, this is why I need to go back to the show, because there's things like this which I've just completely missed. So yeah, oh, look at him. Oh my God, that's heartbreaking. We're making some really cool discoveries today. We're making some really cool discoveries. And it's all to do with Carpet Diem, to be honest. I never liked Carpet Diem, but the more and more I interact with it, the more I'm really liking the episode, actually. That's really tragic. And of course, the thing right at the beginning, the thing in the intro, the Zodiac, in the Zodiac, Ford is represented by a pair of glasses. Oh my gosh. So no wonder Carpet Diem was the reason people seemed to think in season 1 there was a twin brother. I think I got the twin brother thing like start of season 2, kind of going into Not What He Seems and Tale of Two Stands, but this was a huge clue. The glasses, like I remember always referring to these glasses in these episodes and thinking, who the hell is represented by the glasses? Because it looks like Stan's glasses, but Stan is represented by this on his hat. So like, what is the connection here? So yeah, that now makes a lot of sense. Wow, I think we've just found some really strange secrets, and we haven't even dived that deep into the episodes. So that's really, really cool. Okay, let's continue with this. We're gonna try. I don't know how much longer Dipper and Mabel's thing is going on for, but we're going to try and get through most of it. Or we're going to try and get through like the season 1 and 2 episodes. So let's keep going. I don't know if we will get through all of that today, actually, because we're already quite long. But I've seen them in all of the Dream Boy High movies, and now I've seen them in person, or inside a person, namely Stan. Kraz is the cute one, Zyla is also the cute one. I usually associate blue hair with my grandma, but Kraz makes it work. Work it, Kraz! You are rocking that tank top, Zyla. Did not picture Kraz as a drummer. Seems more like a tambourine kind of guy, but the number one instrument he can play is my heartstrings. Meow! I was ready for their visual beauty, but they also smell wonderful, like a baby bunny dipped in bubble maker with cupcake icing on top. The Dream Boy High VHS tape series was made in the late 80s by a company named Good Enough Entertainment, so their animation was sometimes kind of weird. Occasionally their lip syncing didn't match with what they're singing. Our time together was so short, I wish I could see them again, but they only appear in dreams. Oh, I guess I should maybe stop writing and start sleeping and dreaming. Here comes Mabel, Dream Boys. Oh, Mabel never fails to amaze me. Okay. Oh my gosh, I am still catching my breath from the whirlwind adventure of the past few days. Gideon almost beat us, but then he screwed it all up in true supervillain style, with a giant robot. Mabel called it the Chubtron Loser Droid 1000, but I called it the Gideon Bot. Finally a version of Gideon that's as big as his ego. Gideon controlled it from the back, from inside the head. He wore this stupid black skin-tight onesie covered with ping-pong balls. What's with the glowing cheeks? Is this robot wearing makeup? Or is it inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's 2? Or Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. The robot version is even more roly-poly than the real Gideon. Why wouldn't you make yourself look more buff, dude? Who does he think he's fooling with the patriotic flag pin? The only thing Gideon is loyal to is Gideon and Lil Sweetkin's brand baby cologne. McGucket built it. I guess he'll invent stuff for anyone who will hang out with him. Still can't tell if he's a good guy or a bad guy. That's a really interesting dilemma there. Weakness, punching, bravery, and Mabel's grappling hook. Everything's back to normal now. Actually, it's better than normal. Gideon's in jail and everybody is in love with the Pines family. We were even interviewed by Chandra Jimenez on Good Morning Gravity Falls. Stan spent the whole time stealing shrimp from the craft services table. Everyone seems happy. Everybody but me. Half the summer is gone and I'm no closer to figuring out the big mysteries of Gravity Falls. Gideon wanted this journal so badly that he risked everything to get it. Why? I have no idea. He asked about Journal 1. From what I've read, there are 2 more journals, but where are they? I have no idea. What happened to the author? Is he still alive? Why are so many pages burnt and ruined? I have no idea. I'm running out of time to figure this out. No more fooling around. If I'm ever going to get to the bottom of all of this, I need to figure out what happened to the author. Time to get serious. Right here, right now. Right after the grand reopening after party. I wonder what Wendy's going to wear. Wow, okay. So, not only is this like a kind of going from season 1 to season 2, like a really nice kind of transition, but it's also a very clear transition for a lot of people's minds here, right? So, Gideon's put away in jail. That's a big thing. Like, Gideon was the main villain of season 1, I would say, and then Bill Cipher's the main villain of season 2. But Gideon's put away in jail, which is very good for everybody. But then Dipper has this kind of transition from, okay, this summer so far, like half the time's gone, we've been messing around. We've been doing some really crazy stuff with Gideon around. And like now Gideon's gone, we need to get serious. We need to solve this mystery of who wrote this journal. Why was Gideon so insistent on getting the journal, etc. And so now his mindset has completely changed. And that changes going from season 1 to season 2. So it's really interesting to see that dynamic shift. And of course, a lot of different characters are going to get that shift going into episode 1 of season 2, which is the zombie episode. And this is when they learn that Stan actually knows about the journals and stuff like that. And all of the crazy things that happen in Gravity Falls. So that is... this is exciting to go into. Shall we carry on? Maybe we should stop here, actually. The laptop. Oh my gosh, the golf balls. Whoa! I kind of want to read that. But at the same time, we should save it for next episode. We got through season 1 of Gravity Falls today. And... we're quite the way through the book. Well, I would say we're almost 2/3 through the book. So only a few more episodes to go. I have really, really enjoyed reading through this today. You know what? I'm going to do something I didn't plan on doing. I'm actually not going to stop here. I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to take back everything I just said. Because, here's the thing. At the beginning of this episode, I said I would make this a potentially longer episode. And at the moment, I've just looked at how long I've been recording, and it's been 1.5 hours. And that to me is not enough, because all of the previous episodes have been about 1.5 hours. This is going to be cut down already to like 1 hour 20 or something because of how long it took me to find some of the secrets and stuff in some of the episodes. But yeah, I think that we should get through the rest of... I think we should get through season 2. I think we should. And... to do that, I'm going to need to go and get myself a drink, and I'm going to need to have a break, so let's just kind of have a moment. Okay, I will see you in 2 seconds. This is probably a good time to ask, how's everyone's days going? Mine is going pretty well, I think. It is a lovely sunny day, and I am stuck inside recording Gravity Falls content, but I cannot think of something better to do, so that is why I am here. I need a drink because I get cotton mouth quite frequently and quite easily. It's because I'm not used to talking for such a long period of time at once. We will get back to Journal 3 imminently. I just wanted to address a few things. First of all, Patreon. So Patreon at the moment has a lot of Gravity Falls content on it, and I'm planning on uploading the rest of it very, very soon. Like today, even, maybe across the next week as well. The big thing, the Owl House, I need to record. I'm so sorry that I haven't done that yet, but I need to record it. There will be one episode for free with like me reacting to the first like 3 episodes or something, and then from then on, if you liked that first video, then you can pay for a small subscription fee, and then we will continue with the rest of the series for paid members. And then the other thing, the Amazing Digital Circus. I watched 1 episode of it and then dropped off. I am going to be going back to that very soon. And then other content on YouTube that I am planning to do. Right now, I'm really into like puzzles and stuff. So even though I know it won't get the same amount of exposure and the same amount of views as my Gravity Falls content and stuff like that, if you really like watching me puzzle solve and you really like me thinking laterally and stuff like that, and you kind of want to join in with that, then I would love to make videos of me solving really difficult puzzles. I know that there are some like really cool puzzle books out there, and I don't mean like kids puzzle books. I mean like themed puzzle books where it's like some weird like ciphers almost. I know that there's a game Tunic that I haven't played, but I've seen like half a playthrough of it where you have to kind of work it backwards, where you have to like figure out what you're doing in the game. I really like that sort of thing, and there are some puzzles that I just really want to do. The other thing I wanted to talk about is with Journal 3, we obviously need to decipher all of the codes in the first part of the book, and I'm assuming that won't be any more like going forward, but we need to decipher all of those. I'm thinking about doing that as a live stream. Let me know what you think about that. Anyway, let's get back to Gravity Falls, because I'm sure you're waiting for me to continue with the book. Apologies to the impatient people for that intermission, but I feel like it was needed because we need to kind of every now and then just take a little break, just take a step back and then come back in. So we are so back. I just got a huge break. I just had a huge break. So this is the government, guys. So we're going to be going through season 2 stuff now. I never remember this in the show, but this is quite a cool look, Dipper. You should probably be a government agent or something. I just got a huge break. A huge break. These super serious government agents showed up today at the shack. They started poking around and uttering phrases like mysterious activity and conspiracy of paranormal origin. Man, they were speaking my language. Of course, Stan gave them a brush off and told me not to speak with them. But I've got to show them this book. Once the 3 of us put our heads together, we'll crack the case of Gravity Falls wide open. And after that, who knows what the future might hold. Probably Blendin. July 21st. The grand reopening after party was a total train wreck. There was a zombie attack. Sorry, Powers and Trigger. And Soos became a zombie. We're in the middle of curing him right now. But here's the real headline of the night. Stan knows about the magic. He's known all along. I mean, he'd have to be really stupid or actually blind not to have seen something after living in Gravity Falls for 30 years. Yeah, exactly. But Mabel and I both bought his clueless old man routine. He says that he was lying to protect us kids. Part of me thinks that there's got to be more to it than that. But Mabel believes what Stan told us, and I have to admit that he did kick a lot of zombie butt to keep us safe. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure that Mabel is screwing up the potion to de-zombify Soos right now. She's putting orange juice and is that whipped cream? Is she just making a milkshake? Oh my gosh. There's no way the formula calls for whipped cream and boba balls. July 23rd. Oh my gosh. That is such a nice portrait. Wow, the last few days have been more stressful than the rest of summer put together. First, we went up against a horde of zombies, and now we faced and defeated the shapeshifter. It almost feels like the journal itself is fighting us since I took my vow to find the author, like it doesn't want its secrets revealed. Well, that sounds super paranoid and maybe even a little insane. I'm going to bed. Ugh. It's 3 a.m. and I've barely slept. Soos was right. Every time I fall asleep, I start having nightmares about the shapeshifter. But it's worse when I'm awake, because I just start thinking about Wendy and how I confess my feelings. I wish I could shapeshift into someone else right now. Someone having a normal summer vacation without an impossible crush on an impossible girl. At least one good thing came out of our encounter with a shapeshifter: the laptop. Property of F. Okay, I thought there was something there. So is this Fiddleford? I think it's Fiddleford, right? Property of F is Fiddleford. It could be Ford. It could be either one. I don't actually know. Soos says this thing is really old, like super old, 1980s old. There are some unique keys with weird symbols. Are they in code? Magical? Alien? Part of me thinks like... Okay, never mind. Calling this thing a laptop is kind of a stretch. It's so heavy it could cut off the circulation to your legs. Who knows what information is hidden inside? If Soos can get this thing fixed, it could be the clue that finally solves the big mysteries of Gravity Falls. Or it might just be filled with some classic 8-bit games. Either way, it's a win. After the horrors of the last few days, Mabel and I decided to have some summer relaxation at the local mini-golf place. Bit of advice: you can never relax in Gravity Falls. Instead, we encountered the Lilliputians, mini-golf major terror. This tiny race of golf ball people has been turning the golf course into a war zone every night for eons. Soos says he's always suspected that tiny people control mini-golf, gumball machines, ATMs, and cuckoo clocks. I'm starting to wonder how many he's right about. Delightful costumes help distinguish each golf hole's population and keep their 100-year race war going. Look cute from a distance, but get up close and they are a pockmarked horror show. Rubber brains inside golf ball heads make them not so smart. Golf ball heads make them nearly indestructible. On the bright side, they hate Pacifica as much as I do. Mabel tried to keep one as a pet and bring him home. She named him Weensy and put him in her pocket, but he escaped by poking a hole out with a golf pencil. If my shrinking adventure taught me anything, Weensy will probably be caught in a jar by another curious kid soon. Weakness, a speech about working together, a swift whack to the face with a golf club. Wow, this is one of my favorite pages so far. This is insanely cool. I love this page. Oh, we're getting some really cool stuff here. Okay, so obviously this is episode 4, which is sock opera. Whoa, Dipper and I just got back from this big fight with everyone's least favourite triangle, Bill Cipher. Dipper is upstairs, collapsed from exhaustion, so I'll write this entry for him. An entry about a monster I call Bipper. Bill's mind and Dipper's body. To most people, he looked just like my brother. Even I was tricked at first, and I'm normally, like, so perceptive. But there's still a few tips to tell the difference. Eyes. Look at him sideways and you can see a quick flash of scary cat eyes, and not from the kind of cat you want to pet. 2. Hands. Chillingly cold. Is Dipper technically dead while being possessed? Number 3. Smile. Unlike Dipper, he actually smiles, but he smiles constantly and way too hard. I've never seen Dipper's gums before this, and I never want to again. Number 4. Personality. Insane. Jams forks into his arms, throws his body down the stairs, blinks one eye at a time, but he is way more confident with girls, so you know. Pluses and minuses. Number 5. Style. Gotta give the guy props on this one. He wears this suit like a pro. Better posture than Dipper though. That's true. Actually, let's go back to sock opera. I don't know if I pointed this out in the episode while I was watching it. But there are multiple moments with Dipper when he's possessed by Bill. Where is he? Where's Bipper? There are multiple moments where he makes the same pose that Bill Cipher would. And by pose, I mean like, you know, Bill would go like this. Like his arms would be like that, like the Fortnite dance. And then there would be Dipper doing that. I can't remember. But like just by body like positioning and posture, you could tell that Dipper was possessed by Bill. And so I think that's really cool, a really cool way to show it by having that sort of parallel. Creepiest of all, when Stan was driving us back home, I found this handwritten note on the floor in the car. Note to self, possessing people is hilarious. To think of all the sensations I've been missing out on. Burning, stabbing, drowning, it's like a buffet tray of fun. Wait, I need to do the Bill voice. What's the Bill voice? Gravity Falls. It's good to be back. I can't remember. Note to self, possessing people is hilarious. To think of all the sensations I've been missing out on. Burning, stabbing, drowning, it's like a buffet tray of fun. Once I destroy that journal, I'll enjoy giving this body its grand finale by throwing it off the water tower. Best of all, people will just think Pine Tree lost his mind, and his mental form will wander in the mindscape forever. Want to join him, Shooting Star? I feel like a real jerk after all of this. I totally ignored Dipper's warnings. I took his journal without asking, and worst of all, I was obsessed with my play. I didn't even notice Dipper was possessed. And I, of all people, should know. I possessed Dipper's body once too. Hope I never see that swap carpet again. Dipper, whenever you read this, I want you to know I'm sorry. And for next week, I owe you ice cream sandwiches on me. Love, Mabel. Aw, that seemed so genuine, actually. Okay, we have Giffany here, or Giffany? Giffany? Which one? Okay, yeah, so this is the next episode. So Giffany, a manic pixel dream girl. Sup, dudes? Soos here. That is not Soos's voice. That is not Soos's voice. Soos here. Sup, dudes? Soos here. Just had a nutsoid experience. No, that's so British. That is British Soos. Oh, sup, dudes? I can't do it without laughing. Soos here. Just had a nutsoid experience with the terrifying digital lady monster named Giffany. Since I'm the only one who got to know her up close and personal, Dipper asked me to write this journal entry. I'll do my best, dude. I bought Giffany, pronounced GIF or GIF, as a dating sim at Bibli-Bop's video games to teach me how to talk to girls better. It's so much harder to talk like that, to read like that, sorry. I just can't read when I'm doing funny voices. Interesting that you got Soos to write a page. That's quite nice. My review. I can't, man. Graphics. Pretty nice, dude. I can't. I dig her crazy electric bow. And her eyes were mad sparkly. Number 2, gameplay. Pros. It was fun eating sushi with her, carrying her books, and watching her try on outfits. Cons. She tried to murder me. Haha. Multiplayer. Not good. The moment I introduced a second player, Melody, super sweet girl by the way, Giffany flew into a jealous rage. Hang on. Wait. There's always been a dot before Giffany? When? Since when? I've literally skimmed over that every single time. Dot Giffany, like dot gif. Dot Giffany. Dot Giffany. What? Since when was there a dot before Giffany? Okay. Well, that's crazy that I just completely missed that. Giffany flew into a jealous rage. Real talk. The multiplayer mode is way better in Plumber Brothers Mustache Kart 64. Mario Kart 64, that's great. Number 4, hidden content. I guess she was originally some kind of accidental AI that murdered her programmers and has been searching for someone to love or die ever since. Girls are complicated, dude. You kind of have to do like a high-pitched XQC. Like, dude. There you go, that's perfect. Girls are complicated, dude. No, dude. I don't know. You need to have like a little bit of a stutter, but a really unnoticeable stutter that works into the sentences. I don't know how to explain it. Judging the experience overall, I bought this game to get better at talking to girls, and you know what? It actually worked. So I would give this game a Soos score out of. I would give this game a Soos score of 4 out of 5 pudding cups. Rated E for eek. She's gonna kill me. I do feel kind of bad about throwing her CD-ROM in the pizza oven to defeat her. I really think she's a sweet girl when she's not in murder mode. I hope she's not like, dead. Giffany isn't dead at all. Apparently, when her CD was sparking in the oven, her code wirelessly jumped into one of the arcade games, and you'll never guess what game she landed in. Fight Fighters. Based on what I see in the cutscenes, Giffany is trying to make Rumble McSkirmish her boyfriend now. Although it's sort of a complicated relationship since they keep shooting lightning and fire at each other all the time. Also, I think he has commitment issues. Actually, I guess it's not that different from a lot of relationships. Except for mine. Me and Melody are like a total item, dude. And not like an item you lose and have to find again and re-equip. An item that upgrades you for life. Aww. Our shared screen time over distant chat is way better than the time Rumble and Giffany seem to have. My heart bar is overflowing, dudes. Call me crazy, but I think I might have to marry her one day. Just don't tell anyone. Oh yeah, you're a journal. Journals can't talk. That is so sweet from Soos. I love the line, me and Melody are like a total item, dude. And not like an item that you lose and have to find again and re-equip. An item that upgrades you for life. No, that's not where I went. No, my favorite line is, my heart bar is overflowing, dudes. That is so cute. My heart bar is overflowing, dudes. Okay. Whoa, Blind Eye Society. Okay. Is this the next episode? No, we had the... Hang on. Where's episode 6? This is not in order. Do I not have episode 6 here? Oh, Little Gift Ship of Horrors. It was just a white screen. Yeah, I thought this one came next. Okay. So then episode 7 is Society of the Blind Eye, and then Blendin's game. Okay. July 29th. A break in the case. I've been looking for a hint about the author's whereabouts this entire summer, but sometimes the answers are staring at you right in the face. We uncovered and defeated the Society of the Blind Eye, and we owe our success to Old Man McGucket. Remember the guy I thought was just a lunatic hillbilly back in our Gobblewonker adventure? Turns out that crazy old man has a heart of gold and saved our minds. But more important, McGucket used to be a brilliant scientist, specifically the one who worked with the author. The F the author referred to was Fiddleford McGucket, and he could be the key to unraveling the big mysteries of Gravity Falls, if he can get his mind and memories back. There are encouraging signs, although he still does seem to like talking to raccoons. Mabel and I have hope, and we are so glad to have made a new friend. Aww. Just returned from our second trip to the future, and I'd be happy to never go back there again. The freakiest part of the whole experience? Time Baby. By the way, before we get into Time Baby, I find it amazing that not only the story in the show gets like a full circle, but also in this book you're going to get, like, this isn't a completely linear book. This is very full circle, with the fact that we start with the very beginning of the Society of the Blind Eye. We see the progression up to the point that we see in the show where McGucket can't take it anymore. He keeps zapping himself to turn him to who he is in the Gobblewonker episode. And then we see that progression from the Gobblewonker episode to this episode. And it all turns around when, by the end of it, he gets... I think he buys the Northwest Mansion. And he is no longer crazy. And he gets his life back. And it's all... like, it all comes full circle because we know Fiddleford's story now. And we know he has a family, but he couldn't, because of what happened with Ford and with Stan and stuff like that, it all got ruined. Like, his life was ruined for 30 years, and it's a really, really sad story. Sorry, my throat's getting a little bit dry, but we'll continue. I used to do audiobooks for like 3 hours at a time, so I should be fine. Okay, so that was really cool. Oh, I just skipped the Infinity Pizza that I completely forgot about, but is a great addition. Apparently in the future, this guy rules the entire planet with a chubby, dimpled fist. In the year 2012, everyone obeys him. All schools pledge allegiance to him, and he gums to death anyone who causes him trouble. Booming voice, surprisingly eloquent for a baby, although still says Pesgetti and Library. Okay. Even I can't say those things because I'm too used to saying spaghetti and library. Can't walk, instead floats in this strange hover diaper. Which, wait, that's a diaper? Hover diaper, which seems to be able to control the rotation of the Earth. Okay. Laser eyes that can zap you into dust. Easily distracted by jangling keys, though. Drinks cosmic milk out of a bottle the size of a skyscraper. When he is burped, it measures on the Richter scale. That is a scale that measures... No, it's not. I forget what it is. I thought it was an earthquake measurer, but that's a seismograph? Seismometer? Let me know what the Richter scale is. I swear it has something to do with, like, extreme events or, like, weather or earthquakes or something like that. Cute sausagey fingers that will destroy you. He can be strangely merciful when he's not going into a tantrum or making his citizens fight to the death over a time wish. He gave Blendin his job back before retiring to nap for 2,000 years. I'm sure he just meant 20 minutes. He's also responsible for Soos getting the Infinity Pizza, a slice of pizza that Soos and only Soos can keep eating forever. Regeneration Infinity. Acquired by Blendin during Globnar, don't ask. Anyone can take a bite, but it will only regenerate after Soos has eaten it. This is why it can't solve world hunger. Only Soos's mouth has the magic. Did I really just write that? I see. Okay. Soos can ask for different toppings, and the pizza will obey. I don't know how the pizza can understand him with his mouth full. Soos is building the pizza a triangular carrying case made out of sandalwood and leather. Looks like he's carrying the world's tiniest, most triangular ukulele. It may be infinite, but it's also kind of greasy. Soos should have asked for infinite napkins. Okay, the Love God episode. So this is Love Potions. So this was right after Blendin's game, right? Yes. So Blendin's game, the Love God, and then we get into some interesting episodes. I'm so excited for 4 to come back. What's going to happen? What is going to happen to this book? Okay, Love Potions. Mabel here. Dipper asked me to write about Love Potions because he's busy hanging with the teens while they try to cut their overpriced woodstick admission wristbands off with a hacksaw. Some things to know before you try to use Love Potions. Love Potion is wonderful. It made a snake fall in love with a badger and they're like natural enemies. Anti-Love Potion seems awful. I tasted a little bit of it and it tastes like tears, runny mascara, and day-old ice cream eaten right out of the tub. No thanks, Buster. Whoa, I just read the fine print and discovered something crazy. It turns out Love Potion isn't forever. It only lasts 3 hours. After that, if it ain't true love, your match will end. I guess it's more of a nudge than anything. Wonder how the Snadger is doing. Wait a minute, it's been 10 hours and Tambry and Robbie are still making out. I can see them out the window. It's totally gross, but it means their love is actually real. Maybe I am a great matchmaker after all. I guess love is a mystery, except to Uncle Stan. He says the only true love is love of money. I don't hate. Every episode is good, but the Love God episode is one of the weakest episodes. There was a really good joke in it, which put it up the ranking a little bit, but I wasn't really interested in the characters. And I think Tambry and Robbie's love story is quite funny. I think that was a really good addition. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this was the one joke I was talking about. Nightmare Head. This is what comes from Stan's love of money. I eat kids. After this horror show crashed, Blubs and Derlin shot at it for about 10 minutes to make sure it was dead. Then children stomped on it and spat in its face. On the bright side, Robbie's parents seemed delighted by it. They creeped me out almost as much as the head. Here we go. This is something that we saw in that episode. We saw the government agents, just like we saw Blendin in the first 3 episodes in Season 1. We saw the government agents in like 3 or 4 episodes in Season 2. Can't remember which ones it was. I think it was Sock Puppet we saw, or Sock Opera we saw it in. We saw it in the Giffany episode. We saw it in this episode. Did we see them anywhere else? Oh, Society of the Blind Eye. We saw them while we were in the car, I think. And I think that's it. I can't remember if there was another one. Or maybe we missed another one. but we'll see in the Season 2 lore hunt. This terrifying Gravity Falls oddity was created by Stan for once. He scared and scarred a large crowd of people with this thing, thinking that all press is good press. Note, call me crazy, but I keep thinking I'm seeing these government agents everywhere. Maybe I just feel guilty for letting them get eaten by zombies. That's a weird arrow right there, but we'll move on. Oh, this is sick. This is cool. Category 11, Demonic Vengeance Spectre. So you remember how the author thought that there are only 10 categories of ghosts? Turns out he was way wrong. You think you've seen true terror? Check out this fat flannel phantom. Again, this is what I mean by the full circle thing, is like, not only do you get all of the episodes, but you get all of the setup for the episodes. Like, in the episode, Dipper referred to the 10 categories of ghosts, and now we're seeing, like, before we saw the 10 categories of ghosts, and now we're getting, like, the payoff of that, which is, like, later on we hear about a category 11 ghosts, and, like, it's really referring back to the previous pages that Ford wrote, and I really love that it all just ties together and creates this kind of loop. Really, really cool. So, you remember how the author... Oh, sorry, we read that. Axe stuck in his head from injury 150 years ago can pull it out and drag it along the ground to make your skin crawl. Fiery beard changes from blue to red depending on just how intense his bloodlust is at any given moment. Aside from woodification powers, he can also make taxidermy do its bidding. Good thing he wasn't in the Mystery Shack. I would have not have wanted to see Stan's displays come to life. This ghost sure loved to talk, mainly about his backstory with the Northwests and how they deserve to be haunted. Except for Pacifica. The only thing stranger than meeting his ghost was discovering that Pacifica has some good inside. Sure, she's spoiled and mean and makes this weird face when she's annoyed, but she ended up saving me and half the town. I guess despite all her parents' attempts to make her awful, there's hope for her after all. They ring a bell to call her like a butler and punish her with groundings and credit card cut-offs when she disobeys. She also looks kind of okay in an evening dress, I guess. Oh, that's so cute, Dipper. And when she hugs you, she smells like champagne and flowers. And am I crazy, or was there some vibe going on? Dipsifica is the best. It is the best ship in this show. I don't care about freaking Ford and Bill, whatever that is, Bilford. I care more about Dipsifica, man. I'm so for it. This is really cute. I'm so glad that we got this. Because, like, there wasn't really anything in the show to imply a sort of chemistry. Like, there were moments when they were, like, touching and, like, I think they did actually hug in the show. But, like, this is really cute. I really love it. I just find it really adorable. I think that they're a really good pair, and I wouldn't have said this in season 1, of course, but I wish we did see more of Pacifica in season 2. I think that she's actually a really interesting and a character with a lot of backstory for sure, and a lot of reasons why she does the things that she does, and yeah, it was really tragic and really sad. So I think that she could have had more, but I think what we did have was really good anyway. It's just so cute. She looks kind of okay in an evening dress, I guess. It's just Dipper's awkwardness is really adorable when he likes someone. And then all of that went all the way back with Roadside Attraction. Woo! When freaking Candy comes out of nowhere and Dipper still likes Wendy, and it just went back on so many things. The important thing is that Pacifica discovered the Lumber Ghost's weakness. Trapping him in a silver mirror is only a temporary solution. Only a blood relative of the cursed family can defeat the Spectre by making amends for the family's past crimes. Pacifica showed real bravery, man. Still getting over it. Update. Crazy thought, but I just noticed that this picture from Wendy's house looks a strange amount like a ghost. Could this spirit have been a corduroy? Whoa! That would make sense. That would make sense. I'm I'm upset I didn't come up with that conclusion myself. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of things where, like, this book actually tells me things that I didn't know at all. And, like, things that you could have gotten, but I must have missed. So, this guy was a lumberjack, of course. So, did this picture actually appear in Wendy's house? I never saw this picture, but obviously we haven't been through season 2 properly yet. So that's really interesting that there was this picture, Archibald Corduroy. So that would have been this guy. We did talk about, when we were talking about the 10 categories of ghost in a previous episode of this, we were talking about how it's interesting that there were a lot of lumberjacks, and all of that ghost talk was happening while Ford was staying at the Corduroy's house. And so that's why that place is haunted, because this is the ghost that's almost haunting the Corduroy's house, because it was his house or something. So that's an interesting connection. I'll have to look more into that when we look more into the show. Here we go. So this is not what he seems. Okay, there's going to be a lot of writing here, I think. Whoa. Okay. Crazy. Stan has been arrested. Okay, that happens all the time. But this time, it's serious. Remember those government agents? Turns out they're alive and have been watching us. They say Stan stole a bunch of radioactive waste and is using it to power a doomsday machine like some kind of supervillain. The Stan I know has never had any evil plan beyond annoying terrorists. But the more I think about it, the more I begin to wonder if Stan is hiding something. I mean, Stan has lied to us every single day since we got here. Even more troubling, last night McGucket said that that the repaired laptop was showing signs of some dangerous machinery that was about to go off. Is this all connected? Who is telling the truth? I wish there was just one adult out there who would play it straight with me, who would tell me the truth and not lie because they think I'm too young to handle what's going on in this town. I've caught monsters, defeated ghosts, survived demonic possession, and yet still no one takes me seriously enough to be honest with me. And now Mabel and I are trapped in protective custody, being driven to who knows where by Agent Trigger, who keeps staring at us with his weirdly intense eyes. Oh no, he just saw my journal. I hope he doesn't... Classified. This piece of evidence was taken into custody by Agent Jeff Trigger, case 212618, Alex Hirsch's birthday, for immediate shipment to warehouse B51. Okay. Note, book may have evidence into the true identity of Stanford Pines. Note, Stanford is in custody and will soon be taken to our superiors for questioning. Note, my hair looks good today. Judson's Gentleman Gel is really working for me. Note, we're totally going to get raises for this. No one will ever forget the bust we've done today. Yeah, so they still think he's Stanford. Or I guess that's what they're looking into. But, yeah, Stanford. And that's why Stan is committing tax fraud, technically, because he's writing down his name as Stanford when he's actually Stan Lee. So he's like, I've been committing tax fraud for 30 years. Okay. Whoa! I just realized this page, this page is awesome, by the way. Like, look at this already. But this is written by Ford. God damn it, this stupid freaking writing is back. But this is really cool. This is cool. Yeah. I'm so for this. This is really sad as well. That obviously everybody wants the children to be safe and stuff, but Dipper feels like he's been through so much, and yet nobody takes him seriously because he is a child. And it's quite sad. And it's almost like a flip on, because at the end of the show, they're like, damn it, we have to grow up, or something like that. I think it was actually Mabel coming to terms with that, which was like a flip in itself. Like, Mabel was suddenly being the mature one, but like, it's really sad to see, like, no one takes me seriously enough to be honest with me. When all this stuff is going on in Gravity Falls, I'm the one at the center of it. Like, what's happening? Why is nobody telling me anything? So yeah, that's quite an odd, a horrible dilemma. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is interesting. Maybe I should stop here. I'm gonna stop here. I'm so sorry to stop here, but this is going to be like, next episode is gonna be great. I hope that you will all be there next episode. I mean, you've watched through the entirety of this episode, so of course you're gonna be there next episode next week. But oh my gosh, we got through a lot of pages today. We are now over 2/3 the way through the book. I genuinely think 2 more episodes maybe of this book before we decide for all of it. Let me know if you want me to do the live stream format for the deciphering of all of the codes, because of course I don't want to just like have to sit there for like 5 hours by myself decoding everything and then edit all of that into a smaller video. Like, I would love to have people to chat to while I'm decoding, and it would just be a chill stream. Maybe we can have some music on, maybe we can have some chats about other things. Like, that would just be a chill stream. So let me know if you want me to do that. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with the progress we've been through today. Let me know on the things that I've asked you to let me know about in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the Patreon for future updates and stuff. And I will see you next week for another episode. Goodbye.